Alright, what's up, guys? I'm just gonna kind of give you a little insight on trading. It's not gonna be much. This is gonna be a short little video. And the reason why I'm doing this video, because you got these people. I'm in this group, this Forex trading group, closed group on Facebook, and they don't really talk about nothing. They talk about all these numbers and where it landed or where it's at, what it's doing. It's doing a belly flop or a jellyfish roll. I don't know. It just trips me out how these people doing all this, but they have no money. The best thing I can tell you on how to trade and how to be successful, the number one rule is money management. So let's just say hypothetically you have $5,000 in a standard account, and you know a one lot is $250 to the dollar. So that's a lot of money, and depending on the leverage you're running with, like a 1/500 leverage, best leverage you can get. So that being said, you're on a standard account with a $5,000. Now you know lots start at 0.01 all the way up to 1,000. Now, of course, you guys are not going to trade on a 1,000 lot on the 5K. It's just not going to let you do it. The only type of trading you can do with that is if you had $1 million. And we're talking starting in a hole is $16,000 to $18,000 depending on the spread of the currencies you're messing with. That's a lot of money when it's said and done, though, fellas. But anyway, we're going to talk about how to trade reasonable with a low minimum risk, even though there's risk in the market in general, and it's never going to be a way to get out of risk when it comes to trading. So we have 5,000. Now this next step is, what are we going to trade? How are we going to trade with lot size? Well, for every 1,000, you go up a lot size. You go up a lot by 0.01 is $1,000, so 0.02 will be 2,000, and so forth. So we have 5K, so we're going to start with a 0.05, or we could do 0.01, but it depends on how far you're trying to go in the market, how fast do you live off the market. There's all types of considerations of taking that. I wouldn't advise trading with a bunch of 0.05s with a standard, because that adds up a lot of money. What I would advise, if you're trading, depending on how much money you're using, so if you have 5K, trade with a minimum of $500. So your margin, you would probably like to have no more than probably $100 in the margin to 200. That's reasonable. So you may put 20 trades in at 0.01, a couple at 0.02, between 0.01 and 0.05, and don't put inferior trades in. Another thing is, on indicators, use your RSI indicators. I think are the best. We're going to scroll down here and look. RSI right here. We're going to see where it's set up. I'm going to have to move the screen. The levels is at 30, 70, and you guys wonder what those levels are. Those are percents. That's where the market's is going at. The value 14, I would say 29 is probably better, but that's just me. I'm just going to leave it as it is because that's where it's set at. This is your RSI indicator. Right now it's on the 5-minute. But when you're trading with it, I would definitely look at your daily and kind of tells you where it's really at. It's almost at the 70, but it's below it, so I wouldn't put no trades in. It's technically in the middle, if you ask me. 4 hours, chart is in the middle. It tells you right here what the percent. Now the market is closed, so don't mind this. 1 hour 54, 30 minutes. Sometimes trading 30 minutes is good, but 15 minutes is a good deal of trading. It's on 56, and then ultimately on the 5-minute chart is what we all trade on. Is at 54. So what that tells me that without a doubt that the market is in the middle regardless. Now you guys are going to say this. Well, if I look at the 4 hour, it's on the top. It may be on the top, but you got to think about that retrace, because technically it's in the middle and it was on the top for a very long time. Now it's going to retrace a lot because it just wants to sit up there. The banks are going to want to pull as much money as they can. So keep in mind, watch how you trade. Trade at 100% on the sell, which means when the RSI is up here and this above 85, then you can put a trade in. And I will base off of the 1 hour and the 4 hour. So let's just say the 4 hour says 90%, and the 1 hour says 70%. And then you have the 30 minutes saying 67%. Well, give and take. You have a 90 and a 70. Put that in the middle. That's 80. And then you have a 63. Put that in. Take a little bit off that. Give and take. Let's just say roughly about 83, between 83 and 87% of a sell. So is it okay to throw a sell in? Absolutely. Depending on what currency you trade on, how long it's been trending for 6 weeks, let's say on the US yen. Is it going to go any higher? Is it going to go to 121? I seriously doubt it. It was at 118.664, which I hit that on the door now. I told people it was going to go that high. A lot of people was like, oh, I don't know. Boom, drop. Now, will it retrace back up to that? I seriously doubt it. It would have done it. So is it okay to put sells in? Yeah, as long as they're small. So by you adding up all that on the percentage of where it's at, tells you what you should do. And what that means is, for me, I'm not going to do nothing because it is where it's at. It is what it is. Now I have this other indicator, which is set on the 4 hour, which means it goes off every 4 hours. Now it does trade on all other hours and minutes as well, depending on what type of trading you're doing. If you're doing range trading, it's very good to use this indicator. But if you're doing range trading, use it on the hour. 4 hours is important too, because say if you have a sell on the 1 hour, but you have a buy on the 4, that's most likely going to be ranging. But there's going to be an upside to that, which means it's going to be going up instead of down the majority. So, like I said with the yen is ranging, and this is a good indicator right here to show you that it's ranging. You have the very low, and you have the high. I mean, well, not high, but the very lows. And then you have your highs, which is this line, and that shows that it's, technically it's ranging. But when it's ranging, it's going to go in more in one direction than the other, which this is called a retrace. You guys are like, well, how do you know that? It's years of practice, studying, learning, reading the market. And you guys are like, well, when do you know it's going to stop? Well, you technically don't know. The market do go by a Fibonacci rule on certain currencies. The yen kind of does what it wants, so it kind of doesn't respect the Fibonacci. Now, I could be wrong, but who knows? But that is the indicator. Don't use binary options at all. It's a horrible way to trade. You base off of a bet or where it's going to hit. If it doesn't hit that, I don't know if it's like a loss, but it's not something I would deal with if you want to make steady income. So stay away from that. Don't listen to all these traders that say, oh, you can do this or you can do that, and etc. and blah, 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 blah. Do your own thing. do a lot of research before you just step into a pond and don't know how to catch a shark. I mean, you know, it's just one of those things. You're not going to go in the ocean and and someone tells you to go catch a shark and you ain't never done it in your life. It's just one of those things you just don't want to put your money in and throw it away, and then you're going to be mad and disappointed saying they rob you and there's no way to make money and blah blah blah. Well, that's not the market's problem, that's your problem, because you stepped into something you didn't understand. But anyway, there's a lot of different indicators, guys. You can if you go into your thing right here that's called the navigator, it's gonna have a bunch of different types of indicators right here. You know, and then of course trend. A lot of people use the Bollinger Bands on the RSI and these ASR. I'm not really a fan of the Bollinger Bands or the ASR. A lot of people use a lot of indicators. The more indicators supposed to be, the better. Personally, I go off two, and I go off the rest of the market, like the candlesticks. And when I'm talking about the candlesticks, this stuff right here, this is a candlestick, candlestick, stick, stick, stick. That helps me out enough. And when you think it's a sell or a buy, that doesn't mean it at all. Absolutely not. And on the next video, I'm going to show you why, because you guys are like, man, I put the sell in every time I do that, or put a buy in, it goes against me, and I just don't understand why. It's just the way it is. Like, I'll give you a little example. This one right here, you would think, oh man, that's definitely a sell. It's definitely going to go up. Well, to be in a real sense of things, if you think of how you have an open stick and a dark stick with a point on the opposite side, most likely that means it's going to keep going up, or there's going to be more of an uptrend of an upside down head and shoulders, which this is the shoulders and this is the head that's upside down, and then you got another one upside down. You got a head but you have no shoulder, which means it's ranging, and that's kind of like when you know where to throw it in. So if you get something like this, don't even throw a sell in because it's not ready to do. Wait till it goes up a little higher, like this one, and this is where I caught and I threw a sell in. This comes in time of experience to do stuff like this. So that's it. That's all I got for the video. I'm sorry if I was jumping around or etc. But hopefully this the description on everything that I was talking about will help you guys. It's good to know your numbers and watching the economy news. News is most important, and don't trade every day because it's a trade day. Some days or some weeks you may not even trade at all, but the following week you're going to trade and make a good amount of money, or you're going to lose because you're not paying attention. So like I said, you be patient, you'll get where you need to be. And number one rule I want to tell you guys, have money management, and know this: if you know you can make $1 million in 1 year and be 99% successful in that, and always have the 1% out there, and take your time, you can make $1 million in a year or less. Now, say if you want a crazy trade and whatever, and know you have a 50-50 chance of making $1 million in 5 months, what are you going to do? Not knowing that you're never going to have $1 million in a lifetime, at least you're famous or doing something or inventing something. But working for somebody, you're not going to have that type of money. But if you know you take the time with money management and knowing that you can make $1 million in a year, you need to go with that. So that's all I got for today. Hopefully this video will help you guys and take in some consideration of some things. Alright, well hopefully the next video will be better. Sorry for saying I'm tired, but good luck when you guys is trading, and you guys have a good night.